Hello and welcome to another edition of Eye on Matteson. I'm your host, Laverne Murphy, with our executive producer, Village President Sheila Chalmers-Currin. Just in this very room, we held a press conference announcing the new concept, the new name, the new beginning for once what was the former Lincoln Mall, which is now the Matteson Market Square Crossing. The Village President held this press conference with the support of state, county, community leaders, and residents, as well as the Lord & Companies, which is the developer behind this concept plan. So please stay tuned for the exciting announcement of Market Square Crossing.
Welcome to the Village of Matteson, where we believe in bold changes and bold vision. This is a historical day for the Village of Matteson, this region, and the Southern Cook County. We are here to present to the public our redevelopment plan for the old Lincoln Mall site. And to that end, we are proud to announce the all-new Market Square Crossing. So give it a hand. But before we present this exciting new redevelopment plan, I am honored to be joined by Matteson residents, members of the village board, our local and regional elected officials, and community leaders. Give yourself a round of applause. Upon being sworn into office in May of 2017, I knew all too well of all the challenges before me. The first initiative was to bring a strong team of municipal professionals. I wanted individuals that not only offered their expertise in government, but also shared my compassion and love for this village of Matteson. But even before I took on the old Lincoln Mall site, we were faced with various issues. But during these 18 months, my administration, along with the Village Board of Trustees, have worked extremely hard to onset some of the challenges to which we were faced. While campaigning for this office, I promised the residents of this community that we would land a major grocery store to our town. It has been some time since the Village of Matteson has had its own full-scale grocer. I am proud to announce once again that Pete's Grocery Store has already begun renovations to the old Dominick store on Lincoln Highway and will be opening for business in 2019. Bombarded with various media reports concerning the closing of Sam's Club. This was obviously a major setback in only my 8th month in office, but we refused to take no as an answer. I directed my team to get Sam's Club back to the table. It was then, after very intense negotiation, that we convinced Sam's Club to not only return to the Village of Matteson, but to do business in a different way. We are proud to announce once again the all-new Sam's Club e-commerce distribution center, which is here and open for business, but moreover, they are already seeking to expand. It is extremely encouraging to know that there is a high volume of residents throughout Cook County who desire to reside here in the Village of Matteson. As a result, over 300 homes have been built and sold, and more are being built as we speak. Obviously, you can tell I am the biggest cheerleader for the Village of Matteson and will continue to do that. Although we inherited an enormous eyesore with the former Lincoln Mall, I am, along with the Village Board, immediately took ownership and accountability of the site. We made a firm commitment to not only the residents of this community, but also to every stakeholder that we would not allow the former Lincoln Mall to just remain an eyesore. During the first 30 days of our administration, I immediately had a team of researchers for the best firm that could offer a full-scale redevelopment plan. After a very intense search and a vetting of numerous companies who approached our administration, we could find no better company than the Lord's Company, and we have them here with us today. Through collaboration, sacrifice, and shared vision plan, Market Square Crossing was formalized. Consumer shopping trends have changed drastically over the past decade, which is why I made a pledge for the more diverse, of our form of economic development for our town. And this is what Market Square Crossing will provide. This new mixed-use development will provide upscale housing units, which is market-rate townhouses, condominiums built into 4-story buildings with commercial use at the ground level. The redevelopment plan also calls for entertainment use, such as live entertainment, performance, concerts, as well as indoor-outdoor sporting events. This is an exciting time for our village and our region. Our goal is not just to attract new businesses, but ensure that we recruit businesses that will bring a unique vibrancy to this region. I would like to now introduce our new partners in this venture. They will come with details and scope on the great endeavor that we have. So let's give a hand to Lords and Company.
First of all, thank you, and welcome everybody to what is an extremely exciting day.
Be your first and last name, please.
My name is Keith Lord of the Lord Companies, and I have with me Gina Caruso and Chris Payne from the architectural firm Sullivan and Goulet. We are extremely excited about the kickoff of this project. We've spent an awful lot of time looking at the past, the history of the village, what's important to the village. We've met with trustees, we've met with village residents to try to find out what does the village need. True urban renewal and community development and redevelopment is about bringing to the market what the market is demanding and asking for. Rather than trying to redo an old structure, we decided to do a completely new ground-up development. So the mall was torn down. You're going to see a lot of this across the country. And one of the things I want to state today is Madison is ahead of the rest of the world in understanding how to redevelop malls. Malls across the United States are losing box stores and jobs, and they're trying to repair them. But you're going to see more of this across the United States, and understanding some of these functionally obsolescent structures just can't be repaired. You've got to have the forward vision that this group behind me has, the forward thinking, and understand what do we want and how do we get there. And this has been a tremendous team effort of the people behind me to see this in a forward-thinking way and create Market Square Crossing. Again, this is a totally new ground-up development. It's a new look, it's a new name, it's a new site plan, and it has new uses. We wanted to curate a new place, a place that people want to go, a place that is important to the community, a place that the community can grow upon. We wanted to bring amenities for the residents and the surrounding residents. We want to create new jobs. We want to increase the tax base for the community through sales tax and real estate tax. We basically want to bring the site back to life. Our goal was to develop a vibrant, experiential place for Madison and the surrounding communities. And with that opening, we have a team of about 10 people that are on this project, from urban planners to architects to people that specialize in urban renewal. We have people that specialize in sports complexes. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris Payne from Sullivan and Goulet, who's going to walk us through the site plan.
Chris Payne with Sullivan Gillette Wilson Architects. As Keith was saying, one of the key drivers of this plan was to create a new place for the Village of Matteson. And the earliest research that we did on the project, we started to learn a bit about the early history of Matteson, and one of the things that folks seemed to be proud of and drawn to was the railroad history. One of the early historical markers in the development of the area was at the confluence of the Illinois Central and Michigan Central Railroads was right near here. So that crossing, became an important idea to carry through the final design. Another thing that we looked at was the relationship between the site and some of the areas surrounding that we felt could be easily built upon. At the south end of the site is the Old Plank Road. This is a recreation trail which is part of the old Michigan Central Railroad line. A key element of the plan is at the south end of the site. There's quite a bit of development of recreational uses, some indoor and some outdoor, taking advantage of the proximity to that recreation trail. The main center of the site is the crossing of the existing streets that exist at the mall access points is a large public square. And around the public square are a series of smaller development sites or blocks, which you can see are each labeled with individual numbers. Each of these blocks is then is an opportunity for future development. Some areas are earmarked for residential development, some for standalone commercial or restaurant entities, and then some areas, as Keith was saying, for recreation, both indoor and outdoor recreation. The idea is also to create a place that's pedestrian friendly. It's laid out on a grid pattern, which a lot of people are familiar with. Most neighborhoods, traditional neighborhoods are laid out this way. So the idea would be that pedestrian-oriented sidewalks and landscaping would all be introduced to the site so that it becomes a unique place where people want to be. There are also several opportunities for public art, performance, and other amenities like that. The central square can be used as a place for large public sculpture. It can be used as a place for public events in the future. And there's a large amphitheater and performing arts center even earmarked for one corner of the site.
Can you give us your spelling of your first and last name before leaving the podium and the business to which you represent?
Sure. It's Christopher Payne, P-A-Y-N-E, and I'm with Sullivan Goulette, G-O-U-L-E-T-T-E, and Wilson Architects.
Okay, we'll come back for questions.
All right. Great.
Madam President.
Before you today, I'd like to not only let you know, we have so many members here of this community here to support what we do here in the village of Matteson. And I'm going to, at this time, bring up not only a resident, but also our Congresswoman, none other than Robin Kelly, who will also be followed by our Senator, State Senator Mike Hastings. So, Congresswoman, please.
Everyone, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here as a resident. This is very, very positive news, not only for Matteson, but the Southland region. And I'm so happy that the press is here to hear all the positive news that the mayor has shared. It's good to have positive news about the Southland. I am also so appreciative of the mayor, the board of trustees, and staff, because as a former employee of the village of Matteson, I know how hard they had to work to bring this project to the village. So if yourself, let you know that as your Congresswoman, I'm here to help you in any way I can to move this project along. I'm thrilled. Thank you. It's very much appreciated and very much needed. So thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. At this time, Michael Hastings, our state senator for the good district that's right here. None other than the 38? The 19th. The 19th, the 38th state rep. Come on.
So, first of all, I was elected senator in 2013, and it was 6 years, or say about 5 years ago now, coming up my 6th year as a senator. We listened to the concerns of the residents. And one of the concerns was we don't have a grocery store. What's going to happen to Lincoln Mall? There's a lot of things that were happening in town that may not have seemed so bright for the village of Matteson, but as they say, it takes a village and it takes a leader. And I'm very proud of our Village President Sheila Chalmers-Currin and all the hard work she's done. When we met with Pete's Fresh Market 4 years ago now, to start these conversations about getting a grocery store in town. And now to see the ribbon cut and coming to fruition is unbelievable. When the Lincoln Mall was falling apart and shutting down, the village board crafted a plan. Knock the Lincoln Mall down so that we can get a developer in here to make it a first-class commercial and residential development for our community. That plan's coming to fruition right now. There was problems in terms of whether or not we had enough housing stock in the market. It was controversial at the time, but Brookmere subdivision was something that a lot of people didn't agree with in town. But now you can't even, they're begging for more of them. And the quality and the quantity of homes is there to want to have people and their families move to the Southland. This was something that took place 6 years ago, 10 years ago, and with good governance and good leadership, this is an example, a very good example in the state of Illinois when things may not be going so well, of government actually working for the people. So I'm honored and really just privileged to serve the people of the village of Matteson. I'm honored to be elected by you, and to all the village employees and all the residents that are here today. Thank you for participating. Thank you for believing in our government, and I only see great things ahead for the Southland. I can tell you that. With that, I'm going to be quiet because that's what you guys like with politicians. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you again, Senator. Thank you for being here. We have so many other members that are a part of this and want to be a part of this to move us forward. I'm going to bring up right now our state representative-elect, none other than Debbie Myers-Martin. Please come forward.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse my voice. I'm trying to get over a cold. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited to be a part of this celebration for this good news coming to the village of Matteson, to the 38th District, and the entire Southland region. We deserve this, and I am so proud. And I commend the village president, the board of trustees, the economic development staff, because I do know how hard this is to get and bring economic development to the Southland. As a former mayor of a neighbor next door, Olympia Fields, I know that it is challenging. You have to be persistent and committed, but I am very excited about this new chance, this new era of economic development in the Southland. And so I am, again, very happy and proud. Anything that I can do as the state representative of the 38th District, I lend my support to you, because when you win, we all win. So thank you so much.
Not to forget all branches that we want to partner with. We have the new Cook County Commissioner, none other than Donna Miller. Please come forward. The 6th District.
And I just want to say congratulations to the village of Matteson. Congratulations to the president and the staff. I know that this has been a labor of love as well as a labor. And so appreciative that you were able to bring this to the Southland. One of the things that I noticed as I was campaigning throughout the whole 6th District, and proud to be the commissioner of the 6th District, which does include Matteson, is that people love their community and people want to stay in their community, and to be able to expand what people already love here and want to love about this community is just fantastic. Look forward to working with the partners. Anything I can do on the county board, they all know they have my full support, because I believe in what happens in the Southland should be expanded. I've already invited all of the new commissioners as well as old commissioners to come visit us out here in the Southland, and they have promised to come, and they'll be happy to see the progress that we make out here. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and congratulations.
Thank you. We have community leaders here. We have none other than Pastor Singleton. Pastor Andrew Singleton is here with us today, and he's with Victory Apostolic Church. And if he could come forward, we want to make sure all our community leaders are part of this.
This awesome redevelopment of Lincoln Mall, Market Square Crossing, I just want everyone to know, first of all, that it is the result of answered prayer.
Amen.
I want everyone to know that the mayor, Mayor Currin, the officials or staff, so many of them, if not all, are praying people. Let the praying people say amen. Amen. And prayer leads to vision.
Yeah.
And what separates visionaries from dreamers, because both see, is that dreamers only see, visionaries see and do. And so the village has taken action. And that action now that they've done in redeveloping this mall is a reflection of prayer, of vision, of determination, of cooperation, of working in harmony and against opposition. To get not something for them, but to do something that's going to be for the benefit of all these residents, not only in Matteson, but in the Southlands. And to me, that's what truly defines leadership, that is selfless and that it rises above all obstacles and is for the benefits of all others. So I'm excited to be a partner to say that Victory Apostolic Church is located in Matteson and we're a part of this redevelopment. I think I'm going to get some new members once this redevelopment occurs too. God bless everyone. Thank you.
I say all that to say that we have so many individuals here, but I know at some point we have to open it up for questions and answers. While we have all of these members of the staff here, and we have a Lord and Company here, we are opening it up now for questions. Please come forward, Lord.
Mayor, could you tell us when will ground be broken? How much is it going to cost? When is completion envisioned?
Well, right now we're looking at a cost of $250 to $300 million is what this will probably cost. We're also looking at the idea too of public-private partnerships and making this work. And so we're looking at, we've already received some calls. So I can turn it over now and talk a little bit about how this will maybe work out as we move forward. We're talking 2019 with the hopes of the spring of 2019. But you know, those things change. But right now we do have interested parties and we are looking at shuffle traffic.
Yeah, I would start off, ground has broken. Go take a look at the mall site. We tore it down. That's about the best ground breaking you can get. There's one building left, and that building is coming down shortly also, but I would consider it started. So we're off to the races and running. You know, we got to tear it down first. We got to redo some of the infrastructure. We are already, I mean, this is our big PR announcement of this. We have already been contacted by office tenants, by retail tenants, by residential developers, and there are a whole, we aren't even out to market, and people are already hearing about it and coming to us, expressing their desire to be part of what I think is going to be a national treasure of what to do with a mall like this.
When you break it down, how many single-family homes or condos do you see, numbers of businesses, etc.?
Right now we have, we're slated for about 600 residential homes, about 160,000 square feet of retail. It's a very low density. We have almost half the site as green space and outside play space and sports. We have the entire south side, if you see the ring road, all of that where Target and Penny's is really designated as a sports complex. And we want to bring in everything from skate parks to volleyball, looking also at ice skating rinks, to create a sports environment. And the reason that's important is if any of you have children in sports and play club sports, you know you're going all over the place for the weekend tournaments and the week-long tournaments. And we want this to be a sports complex, very similar to the ones in Wisconsin and the ones in Naperville and Aurora, where people will come. Because what that does is it brings in hotel nights. You can very easily have a hotel on a part of this. It brings in people eating in restaurants. It brings, and then that creates a place for people to come. And we're talking people coming from the region, from other states, and spending quite a bit of time here because sports is a tremendous part of our lives going forward. And that, again, with the housing, is a tremendous benefit.
And looking into the idea of the village of Matteson being more of a destination, that individuals will be driven here by destination. We have a trustee that has talked about that for a number of years, making sure that the village of Matteson is a destination. When you look at our hub, we're off of I-57, Lincoln Highway, and Cicero. It's a place where people want to be. The traffic count, just doing a daily count of 37,000 just on Lincoln Highway alone. So those are things that people look at when they're talking about if they want to come to this village. So we're very excited about that, and we know that we have, this is the place to be. So.
And then you said spring of 2019,
Spring of 2019 is what we're hoping to start actually seeing people out there. But we are getting calls as we speak now in reference to people having an interest in coming here.
What's the topic about retail so far? You know what we're not going to do is go for big boxes. You know, big boxes are having trouble all across the United States. So we're looking for more community-oriented retail, which would be service, restaurants, medical service type retail. We want medium and smaller retails that really service the community, and not going for the large big box guys because they're struggling, and I don't want to put big boxes back in here and then have them fail at some point in the future. We really want community service retail that will help again be an amenity for the constituents.
And if you look at what some of the other communities are doing that are getting in front of this, they're looking for boutique type of stores. No one is reaching out and wanting to go back to what retail used to be. We realize that retail will never return to retail as we knew it back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Retail has changed and we have to change. One of the things that we're doing a little bit different than others is we're trying to be proactive and get in front of it. So that's where we're at right now. I didn't want to not acknowledge trustees that helped me here on this board, Trustee Satchel and Trustee Brown, who also helped me, and then even from neighboring communities, Cynthia Butler, who is here from Richland Park, and I want to thank them all for being a part of what we're doing today. This is an exciting time for us. Are there any additional questions?
What's the one follow-up? All right, so two last questions, one doing the other. But as far as you say no big box, what about high-end retail, Macy's, market, which is what traditionally, way back in the old days, Lincoln Mall had sort of high-end?
Well, Lincoln Mall never had Macy's, nor did they ever have Marshall Field's. We're referring to Park Forest had those. Those are some of the stores that were here. We had Carson's as an anchor, and we had JCPenney's. JCPenney's is still here as a standalone and plans to stay. What we will do is we are going to look for what's going to be sustainable for years to come. As you know, if you look at any retail development now, and that includes Macy's, look it up and you will find that they're even struggling. All of these stores are struggling, and what we have to do is make sure we look more for the boutique stores and for stores that are going to be comfortable in this community and provide what we want as service. So,
last question.
What does the funding formula look like for this project?
I think we talked a little bit about that. This is a $250 to $300 million project. This would be a public-private partnership, and that's what we're going to look at and making sure that happens. And when we say that, we also said that we have interested parties already interested, and we're going to look into making sure that that works for us.
So when you say that price tag, you're talking about the government's involvement, the 250 to 300 is...
No, that's the total. That would be more of the total project cost.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to thank all of you members of the press, our residents. Let's give everyone a round.
Thank you so much.